Hey there, everybody.
Hello! Welcome again to Otak.
Woo.
So, today before we start going into what Sam wants to talk about, we should probably address some kind of breaking news. Ish. As of yesterday, we should probably mention the date because...
4th.
Yeah. The 4th of November. Yesterday was the... Oh, yeah, yesterday was the 4th.
Yesterday was the 4th.
Yeah. On the 4th of November, Crunchyroll got hacked, which is always fun.
For a couple hours. It wasn't very long.
Yeah, and apparently if you went onto the site during this time, your computer would auto-download some suspicious stuff and caused you all sorts of malware.
I hope you didn't click on it.
So I hope all of the viewers out there that you did not get attacked by that.
Or
if
just
you did,
have basic
sorry.
anti-spyware program and
Yeah,
anti-malware.
no, antiviruses are a must. Even
Malwarebytes even would have caught it.
Even reputable websites like Crunchyroll sometimes get hacked. And
Exactly.
Shit happens.
And it is important to note, no passwords were affected, so don't worry about canceling your membership or changing passwords or your
You'll be
financial
fine.
information.
This
or
was
anything.
just a
It
phishing
just
virus.
redirect looped you to a different website.
Yeah, it was a phishing virus that gets into your computer and steals your stuff. It's the same thing you always see. It's basically a nasty Trojan.
Yeah. So now that we got that out of the way, Sam's choice.
Yep. Today we're going to be talking about hipster anime, and if you haven't seen another episode of this type in our catalog, it's
Brennan did one.
Yeah,
I did.
It's when one of us talks about one of our more eclectic animes.
And we get to ruthlessly mock them.
Right. And like I said, we all watch a lot of animes, and it's possible to watch all of them. And we want to bring you guys some good quality anime that you maybe haven't heard of.
Yeah, because as much as we all like to claim that, we've seen all of the stuff, it's impossible to see all of the
Unless
stuff.
you did literally nothing but watch anime. Because there are 30 to 40 shows
And
a
there are
season,
people that do
and
that. Just go on Reddit.
There are people who do that, but they
We want
also
people who
don't
breathe.
really have full-time jobs.
Yeah, and there are also people that you normally wouldn't encounter.
Yeah, if you have a job or schooling or you're taking care of family, it's effectively impossible. Near impossible.
So we're here to show you some of the more interesting anime that we know in our libraries that you might not have heard of. If you have, then great. Leave a comment below about what you liked about it, and if
suggest
not,
us more strange animes that you...
Yeah, we'll check them out.
Yeah.
Right.
If no one you know has ever heard of them, send them to us so that we can hear of them.
Sure.
And then maybe we might even do a live stream of it. And
that would be fun.
Scream horribly.
So,
Yes.
today's my choice for an eclectic anime or a hipster anime.
Horror.
It is going to be horror because I love spooky shit.
Yes.
So
He is spooky shit.
I really am. It's a problem. But this one is an anime. It's relatively unknown. I mean, I've seen some people talk about it, but it definitely isn't in the mainstream. It's called Ghost Hunt. Either of you heard about it or seen it?
No.
I've heard of it before. I think you brought it up once or twice, but I've never actually seen it.
And I believe the English title is called Ghost Hunt, but it's one of those things where translation can get kind of boggy. We'll link the show in the show notes.
Sometimes weird things happen where this translation has absolutely nothing to do with the title.
And it's basically it's almost like a supernatural whodunit series. It's only one season to my knowledge. The manga goes on for a little bit longer, but the show met with mixed results. So manga, yes, whatever. I love those mangoes. They're delicious.
No.
And the anims.
Make him stop.
The mangas and the anims.
Give me the animus. But no, Ghost Hunt's like a supernatural whodunit, and there's only one season. I think it's 24 or so episodes. It's not that long.
So effectively 2 modern seasons.
Yeah, a little bit. At least I think. I haven't seen it in a while. It may just be 12, but it's short. It's not very long. It's and it's about a Sherlock Holmes-esque character that owns his own paranormal ghost hunting agency. He's in high school because of fucking course he is.
Yeah.
And he adopts this adorable young naive girl that there's a weird eclectic relationship that they have.
The Cultic 9?
Kinda. But they go out and they hunt ghosts. And the thing is, unlike most ghost or paranormal anime, this takes it very seriously. It bases a lot of the ghost interactions that they have with very real Japanese mythology and traditions.
Cool.
So you're not going to see that tentacle rape ghost that's stalking the second floor bathrooms of the high school.
And alternatively, it's not, the ghost which we have to defeat by pulling out our magic armor and a big sword and fighting it.
To give you an example, and I think it's episode 4 or 5, they fight what's called a Gru spirit, which is a old type of Japanese witch medicine. Gru spirits, and they go into all of the details. That's what I love about this. It does a lot of real research. This is real shit that they go into. You basically take a can, you put a bunch of insects in it, and then you bury that can in the ground. And then all the insects kill each other except one, and then you use that one it's a cursed item at that point. And you use that one, you give it to someone, it curses them. And this is real, like, Japanese mysticism. And they go into all of it in the episode, and it makes an actual spirit.
It sort of sounds like, over the years, have watched a lot of Clamp. Clamp was one of my favorites growing up, and so I tried to see or read all of the stuff. Honestly, hearing you describe it, it kind of reminds me of XXX Holic, except a darker version. That one was another one that went into a lot of the actual mysticism.
Right.
But it had a more light edge. It wasn't so much detective. It was more
this is very
shop hand getting caught up in unfortunate adventures.
The best way I could describe this is imagine a Sherlock Holmes anime with a very real supernatural element. So think of like the Hound of Baskervilles if it was an actual spirit they were hunting. It's very good. It's
Old Man Jenkins.
No, it's like, oh no, this is the soul.
So
of the
it's
dog
almost
that's
a
killing
little
people.
bit like one of those like History Channel documentaries where they're like, we're going to be
I can see
talking
why you
about
like that.
zombies, and we're going to go back into the history of zombies and find out where all these myths come from and like why people were afraid of zombies and where that came from.
Yeah.
And then, but in this anime's case, then they use that knowledge to solve the crime.
Yeah, it's very good. They even have an episode about. You know those totem spirits, the shrine totem spirits that sometimes driftwood comes in and they carve it into an ocean spirit and it's supposed to watch over a village? One of those gets corrupted and it's haunting an entire town. And that's one of the focuses of the episodes. It's very good. It's also very, what's the term I'm looking for? It has a bunch of different ethnicities and religions in it.
Diversity?
Yeah, it's a very diverse when it comes to like different practices for exorcism. So you have the main guy that takes a very scientific approach, like something from Ghost Hunters, you know, like EMF detectors and all that.
Yeah.
But he also has a Shintoist priest, a Buddhist priest, and a Catholic priest that all go with him in this like little gang. And they each try and dispel spirits in their own
So basically they're like, well, we aren't sure what kind of spirit this is. If it's a Catholic spirit, well, we're sure going to need a Catholic.
And they each do address it in their own way.
That sort of sounds like the start of a joke, though. A Shinto, a Buddhist, and a Catholic walk into a cursed location.
What happens next?
It turns out it's a serial killer with a knife, and none of them are helpful.
No! No!
But no, they in each episode, so they do go through different ritualistic practices through each one, and they're all pretty spot on. You know, like it's very.
So, fun fact about this one: he actually studied theology
And mythology.
And mythology.
For my first degree, yeah. My
so
associates.
he knows what he's talking about. He says it's pretty accurate. So.
And I'm talking generally speaking. Like if you're a Shintoist or if you're a Buddhist and you watch their practices, you're going to call out some little things that are obviously off. But as anime goes, and especially as supernatural anime goes, comparing it to Bleach, Mob Psycho, Bloodline, it's
literally any other anime involving a religion.
What about Mushishi?
Well, the thing is, I don't know a lot about Japanese spirits, so I can't really say about Mushishi.
So you don't know about like the animist stuff?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But
just wanted to double check.
I do know a lot about like different occultic practices in Japanese like mythologies. So that in that area, I do have a little bit of not expertise but knowledge. And I don't know as much about Mushishi because I haven't seen Mushishi, so I can't really say.
Shame.
I know it's good. It's on my list. It's on my list.
We might have to stream that.
I know Mushishi is trippy as balls. I know it's super surreal. But good too.
I think the only anime that will have you tripping over balls is Pompoko.
Yeah, you're right.
To be fair.
But anyway, so if you like very, it's not slice of life.
Is it gore horror or is it psychological?
It's psychological horror and it's also suspense. There is some gore occasionally, but not like, oh look, there's intestines. This is something that you can watch with a younger audience. But
oh look, someone's head got ripped off and their spine is dangling.
This isn't Saw, it's Scream. Yeah, there's gore, yeah, there's blood, but you're not going to see anything too awful.
So it's more akin to the classic horror movies
rather
than the shaky cams.
Yeah,
okay.
It is. Like probably the goriest episode they talk about is about this rapist and serial killer whose ghost infects a house. And they can't expel him because he is literally the house. The only way they can get rid of him is to, spoiler alert, burn the house down. And the way he messes with people is he makes them see graphic and horrible visions while they're in the house. And eventually the reason why is to lead them into like his murder room in the house. And you see him like sitting in a pool of blood and coming out of it and screaming. And yeah, it's spooky, but there's not like intestines. It's blood and like some nasty like facial visuals. Mm-hmm. Stuff like you would see in The Grudge or something. Mm-hmm. Like it's not for the faintest of hearts, but it's not horrible. If you've seen any recent horror, if you've seen anything that's mildly gritty, this show won't bother you. At least I don't think so.
All right.
Overall, it's really good. I would check it out. It's a good, really good Halloween spooky time anime.
In November.
Right.
Keep it spooky all the time.
Hey,
Exactly.
Halloween is a mindset, not a time.
It's true.
I
We embody
declare
the
it a
mindset of Halloween every day.
Yep.
Yep, especially
Yeah.
this one.
Spooky, scary anime.
Anyway, we're awkward as fuck.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
so that's Sam's anime. We're
Yep.
going to be
Woo!
rotating
Time.
through these, so
Yeah.
he'll get another chance to do something else weird, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
But
no, Ghost Hunt. It's worth the watch. Check it out. I know it was on Netflix. I'm not sure
I
if
don't
it's
think
still
it is
there.
anymore.
It's not. It's probably on Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll has it. If not, you can
If it's
get
not
it.
hacked.
Yeah, if it's not hacked. And you can easily get it online. Like I said, it's out there. It's just again eclectic, so it might be hard to find.
It's nothing like, oh, I had to go to the secondhand garage sale and find some guy's
Le Portrait
VHS
de-
rips.
Le
I
Portrait
had-
de la Petite Cosette. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there is.
I'll be
actually a
talking
DVD
about
of
that
this.
eventually. That
Future
one.
episode spoilers.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Otak Clock. You know.
We'll see you next
Yep.
week.
See you next week. Bye, guys.
Peace.